Today's Bible scripture is the book of Proverbs, chapter 26, 20 to 28.
Fire goes out for lack of fuel, and quarrels disappear when gossip stops. A quarrelsome person starts fights as easily as hot embers light charcoal, or fire lights wood. What dainty morsels rumors are, but they sink deep into one's heart. Smooth words may hide a wicked heart, just as a pretty glaze covers a common clay pot. People with hate in their hearts may sound pleasant enough, but don't believe them. Though they pretend to be kind, their hearts are full of all kinds of evil. While their hatred may be concealed by trickery, it will finally come to light for all to see. If you set a trap for others, you will get caught in it yourself. If you roll a boulder down on others, it will roll back and crush you. A lying tongue hates its victims, and flattery causes ruin.
Good morning, New Life Church. We have almost looked at the book of Proverbs together. Right, it's time to look at chapter 26 today. The book of Proverbs, chapter 26, gives us a lesson about the foolish and the lazy. Then it tells a lesson about people who like to talk about others. When people get together, there can be a quarrel because everyone thinks differently and the way they have lived so far. Of course, the same goes for churches. So many churches have trouble. So the Bible tells us that we have to be careful in so many places in the Bible. So I brought some verses for you. So the book of Psalm, so 141:3 says, "Set a guard over my mouth, O Lord, keep watch over the door of my lips." And the book of Proverbs, chapter 4:24 says, "Avoid all perverse talk. Stay away from corrupt speech." And Proverbs 11:12 and 13 says, "It is foolish to belittle one's neighbor. A sensible person keeps quiet. A gossip goes around tells secrets, but those who are trustworthy can keep a confidence." And Proverbs 18:21 says, "The tongue can bring death or life. Those who love to talk will reap the consequence." There are so many other verses about tongue in the Bible. So we must know that if we speak carefully, we could prevent a lot of these disputes. So today's Bible verse 20 says, "Fire will go out if we did not add any more wood." It is the same that the quarrels will disappear if we stop talking about others' gossip. So it is very clear and simple solution, right? Am I right? If we stopped talking about others, this problem will be disappeared in the church at all. But why this problem keeps happening to us, although it is so easy to solve? In verse 25 says today, "Because our hearts are full of many evils." We cannot stop talking about others. So what kinds of evil things are in our hearts? So when there are evil things in our hearts, such as hatred, envy, jealousy, slander, arrogance, violence, lies, and greed, we may seem to tell good things about the other person, but in it we say evil things that want them to be in trouble. So today's verse 23 and 24 says like this, "Smooth may hide a wicked heart, just as a pretty glaze covers a clay pot. People may cover their heart with pleasant words, but they are deceiving you, right? So, firstly, we must stop hating others. We must be able to love even our enemies, as Jesus taught us. Only when we have a loving heart, we can stop talking bad things about other people. And second, we must fear only God, who looks at response with justice and who knows everything about our hearts and our actions. If we talk about others badly and put them in trouble, God will punish us. That's why verse 27 says today, if you set a trap for others, you will get caught in it yourself. If you roll a boulder down on others, it will crush you instead. If we do evil to others, it will surely come back and we will be in the same trouble. That is God's justice and punishment. So the book of Psalm 9, chapter 9, 15 and 16 says, the nations have fallen into the pit they dug from others. Their own feet have been caught in a trap they set. The Lord is known for his justice. The wicked are trapped by their own deeds. Right. So we must always think deeply about why we are saying this, why we have to say this, how it will affect them, and whether it will make God happy. If we think about those before speaking out, we could stop somebody getting in trouble by our tongue. So I would like to ask you to read today's scripture slowly again and think about how you will control your tongue in your future and what we need for that. God bless you and Happy New Year.